We have been excited about this Nexia hearing aid from ReSound for quite a while. In fact, I would say, Dr. Lukengay, we've never quite seen excitement around a hearing aid like we've seen around the Nexia.
Yeah, I would agree. What's interesting is in the short, 3, maybe 4 months, probably about 4 months that we've had it, for some reason people want to wear this device. And it could be the size. I mean, let's be honest, when things look good, you feel like you're looking good, right?
It's the smallest rechargeable hearing aid on the market, right?
I think the size has something to do with, hey, okay, I want to wear that. Or they'll come in with their old hearing aid that's maybe 4 or 5 years old, and they'll look at this as we talk about, they'll ask questions like, what's out there? What's the new technology like? And so you bring it out and they're like, oh, let me try that on. And you put it on, they're like, I'll take that. So there's something about the size that I think makes people want to just try this device.
I agree.
Right out of the bat.
Because that's the thing that draws people to hearing aids initially. You know, people come into the clinic and if you show them hearing aids, of course their first impression is just the looks of it. It's just how it looks.
I want to look good.
And of course you're going to be drawn to the smallest one. You're going to look at them and say, don't want the great big guy.
Yeah.
Medium guy? Ooh, but tell me about the little guy.
Tell me about the little one.
Tell me about the little guy.
Yes.
But when it comes to us, what we care about most with hearing aids, of course, is how it performs.
Right.
Our goal is always to help people hear the best they can, and the Nexia hasn't disappointed there either.
No. One of the things that we love about the Nexia is how flexible it is. So you could have a mild loss in over a 3-year period if someone had a stroke or a heart problem or something happens with their health and one ear tanks or their hearing's dropping. The Nexia has been very flexible for different listening needs, whether it's listening to soft inputs or whether it's trying to take loud inputs down. It's been a very flexible device for us to be able to pretty much tailor fit and kind of suit that individual's listening needs quite nicely for a variety of different listening needs.
I agree. Just the loudspeakers that you can put on it. You can put on it a low power for a mild hearing loss, a medium power, a little stronger loudspeaker on the end of it that covers most hearing losses. But then you've even got a high power loudspeaker for pretty severe losses, ultra power. And then of course they have what they call the Marie.
Ooh, the Marie.
They've got a nice name.
They've got, Marie is a nice name. I've always liked Marie.
The Marie stands for mic and receiver
in the ear.
In the ear. M ampersand R-I-E.
Yeah, looks like Marie.
And the idea is it's got a loudspeaker in your ear, but there's also an extra microphone in your ear. Unique. That's unique in the hearing aid world.
Moving from 4 microphones to 6.
Yeah,
that gives me a thumbs up for sure. And the Marie, we found not to be able to fit every ear because it's a little longer and it has a certain fitting profile or fitting range.
Doesn't work for everybody.
Doesn't work for everyone, but the fact that it's an option. It's an option. It's nice. Yeah. You know, the other option I love with the Nexia device is you can order probably the most aggressive wax system as far as some of our patients just build up some wax and they don't mean to. In fact, some of the patients didn't have a lot of wax, and then when they start wearing hearing devices because something is in the ear canal, they actually build up a little more wax than they used to, right?
When you put something in your ear,
it impedes.
Turns out, well, it stimulates wax production, right? Putting a foreign body in your ear is going to make your ear produce more wax.
So, yeah, 2 things there. One is stimulates more wax, and 2, it's not letting the wax come out as naturally and as quickly because it's in there, blocking it, a blockade. But thankfully, even though all hearing devices do that, with the Nexia, we can order these special tips, and they have these really nice wax traps. And these wax traps are easy to clean. And because they're a little bigger, the sound comes out, more consistently. And so, some of our patients in the past say, "Well, this wax is always getting in the way of me performing well," and that's true. If you have a tip and it gets blocked, the sound is not right. And so, one of the really special things about the Nexia is the custom ear molds and the custom tips that we can create and make and really tailor fit that perfect sound experience for patients. It happens, the magic kind of happens with the Nexia.
We've obviously loved this device, right? I mean, it looks good, it sounds good, there's good wax protection in it. I'd say if there was a disappointment in the hearing aid, and maybe you feel differently, I'd say it has to do with some of the Bluetooth and some of the low energy Bluetooth audio. This AuraCast is really exciting, and we're still excited about the future of AuraCast. This is the idea that your hearing aids can connect better wirelessly to things. They can connect, you can have streams from a single device to multiple hearing aids simultaneously. I still think the future is bright with this, but it's been a little disappointing because the only phone that was supposed to work with it was the Samsung Galaxy S23, and it didn't work very well.
Not quite ready.
Now in truth, Samsung just launched a new phone, the S24, that it appears to work much better with.
Okay.
But you know, that was a little bit disappointing that some of the Bluetooth stuff wasn't as good as we wanted.
So like what Dr. Whitaker's saying is, when it launched, it had this, there was this feeling that it was going to be able to connect with these Android phones in a way that is superior to any phone. And the technology, we're not sure, you know, it's not the device maybe, or is it the phone, or why aren't they? But there's some kinks that need to be worked out, I think, with the Android phone that way. As it relates to connecting the Nexia and most hearing devices with Apple products like the iPhone, they work great. They connect awesome. They are very consistent. So that part's great. We were just hoping that these hearing aids, and especially the Nexia, we were hoping that it would connect better and more consistently with the Android. So that's to be continued. I hope they keep working. The good news is, if we focus on a positive, is the technology's in this device. And in fact, there's another hearing device that just launched. It's by Oticon, that also has the low energy Bluetooth in it. And so we know these new hearing devices are launching with this low energy stuff. I think the cell phones and the TVs and some of the technologies around us will catch up, and then it's going to be a lot of fun. So, but one of the fun things about the Nexia, we mentioned kind of negative with the Android, is the positive that some of our patients, not all of them, but some of our patients really love the idea of being able to tap their ear and answer a phone call. And so they might be sweeping and they just reach up and double tap their ear and it answers the call. They keep sweeping, they can talk through the device. So there's some hands-free parts to this hearing device that other hearing devices also have. And again, it's not for everybody, but having more options means a more flexible device, a more flexible system. So
people that are used to having like AirPods, people that are used to having earbuds in their ears, Bluetooth stuff, they're used to that. You know, they're used to reaching up and doing some taps.
That's probably why they're doing it.
And so, so I think that's kind of a cool feature, that the hearing aid is acting a little more like these Bluetooth headsets, and some people think that's really cool. So,
you know, the Nexia was a lot like its older brothers and older siblings. This company, the Nexia, is made by ReSound, and it's got one button instead of like a toggle switch and things. And so the simple design, I think, has been really...
It's a good button.
It's a
good button.
It's a nice button. A lot of people don't realize, but it's good to have a nice button.
Well, you got to be able to feel it. It's raised, it's big, and so some of our patients don't have the best feeling.
And it's singular.
Yeah,
you don't have to find two, you just have to find one.
Simple.
So I think the simple model might win some hearts over.
It's one mine.
It's one button.
Love you, button.
So, yeah, that's the Nexia. I mean, is there anything else that
I think that's a good update. Yeah, we've had just remarkable success with it.
One other thing about the Nexia that's been really great is they've retained their, and we would say, industry best charger. So this charger is really cool. Watch this. You stick this little, so the red matches up with the red.
I know what to do.
Ooh, stick it right there. And you just put that baby in, and instantly it tells you how charged it is. I don't know why that's such a big deal, but our patients love it.
This is the best charger. It works on the go, so it doesn't have to be plugged in. Again, a lot of people are used to this with their AirPods and their Bluetooth headsets.
Try it.
They're able to charge it without it being plugged in.
Boom, status.
This is the best charger.
What if your dog wants to bite it? What are you going to do?
You know what I'm going to do? And close the lid because
you can.
Protects it. Hello.
Because you can.
Yeah, some of these desktop chargers, they're just open, right? And so there's no protection.
Yep.
This little protection from the dog.
Gila monster, doggy, cat.
Yes, whatever you got.
Sorry,
it's gonna
Boots.
Be protected.
You can't get this one, so there it is. And then once you pull it out, guess what you're going to get? Oh,
hello.
More status.
Good.
So it tells you, again, how charged it is coming out. So going in, coming out. And if you didn't think it would, it does. What are these three lights?
That tells us how much juice is in the charger.
This is a power pack. So you can unplug it, take this baby on the go. You can take it with you without it being plugged in.
It's our favorite charger.
And it gives you 3 full charges, which most charges per day are about a half a charge. So I've seen people in the wilderness go about 6 days with this one charger.
I was going to say, yeah, they say like 1 dot per day, but we've found it's closer to 5 or 6 charges, more than like 3.
Pretty impressive. So
Yeah.
thank you, Nexia. Thank
been
you,
great.
ReSound. We love your charger.